You know, God came out with that.
What's the
He was a goon. So Wayne said, what's a goon to a God?
He was applied, yeah, bro.
He was a good man, nigga, man. And
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory
To
to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, B'Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasha Allah, and the sincere salutation to all Yuakim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Aquaf, who are believing this word, and all truth and in sincerity. Yahweh is the name of the one they ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is the name of the one they ignorantly call Jesus. Bahashim is in the name. Rokah is spirit. Kodash is holy. Akyam is brothers. Akwath is sisters. Shalom means peace. And Yasha Allah is Israel in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. All right, and as you can see, the title of the lesson is Keep Fighting the Last Hoorah. All right, because Lord willing we be a part of that number, we've been waiting lifetimes after lifetimes to get to this point. You know, and this is not the time to get weak. This is the time to dig in. You know, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shaz, we see these things coming according to prophecy. We're supposed to gird up our loins. You know, the brother bring this precept out a lot, being a he-goat before the flock. Because every brother that's called, whether you reading, whether you holding a sign, you're called as a he-goat. You're called to lead the flock in presence and whatever gift the Lord has given you. And in this time period, put aside your personal beefs, your personal obstacles, and look forward to the bigger picture and fight that good fight of faith through the spirit, man. Because that's the time that we in.
so real quick, since you let me read this. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 8 it reads, remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the he-goats before the flocks.
Hey, and whether you holding the sign, whether you reading precepts, if you're on the other side being prepared, Lord willing, to cross over, all of that is in preparation for the good fight of faith. Whatever you're going through your personal side is the Lord building you up to fight this bigger picture, this bigger war. Because whatever demons you fighting through the spirit is to build you up to fight this war. Because ultimately you were born into this world to feed the flock. And everything the Lord putting you through is to feed the flock, whether it's through experience or whatever the case may be. And this is the last lifetime. If you are of the elect, that means you went through the multiple captivities we went through to get to this point, man. For the reward to be revealed at the end of this. This ain't the time to get weak.
This is Proverbs 27:23. It reads, be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks and look well to thy herds. So,
Hey, you got to
no, go ahead.
Go ahead, Doc.
Now I'm just gonna say, as it is said in Jeremiah 50, be as he-goats with an S before the flocks with an S. So again, it says, be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks and look well to thy herds. Because this is about, hey, what the Lord told John, what is it, John 21, when he told Peter.
I got it right
Go ahead, start at 14.
here. This is St. John, chapter 21, verse 14. It reads, this is now the third time that Yahushua shewed himself to his disciples. After that, he was risen from the dead. So when they had dined, Yahushua said unto Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these?
Lovest the Lord more than what you talking about? More than these, you love me more than these fish? Because Peter was a fisherman, right? The Lord told me he's going to make them fishers of men. So the Lord said, you love me more than these fish? Well, guess what? The same way I want you love these fish, love my flock the same way. Go ahead, you got it.
Hey, and that's why you born.
Right.
That's why you were born.
Right.
You know, you got a lot of Jake, they trying to find their purpose. You found yours.
Done. Yeah.
And you can't even say you found it. The Lord found it for you.
Right.
You have not chosen me, but I've chosen you.
Yeah.
That's a gift. What are you going to do with that gift? You're supposed to feed the flock with it. That's why the scriptures say you don't hide your candle under a bushel. You're not supposed to hide this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You're supposed to stand on the highways and hedges, not just be on the comment boards.
Right.
You got a lot.
St. John 21 and verse 15. He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs. He said unto him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he had said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, Feed my sheep.
Imagine you are one of those spirits that saw Yahushua during that time. And you being raised up in these last days. How do you show appreciation for that? You keep fighting. Whatever measure you have, you keep fighting with that measure. You got some brothers that's deep in history. You got some brothers that's deep in prophecy. You got some brothers that's deep in exhortation. Whatever your measure is, you abound in that to show appreciation for the gift, because you can never work hard enough to earn it.
Right.
It's all according to the Lord's mercy. But how do we show appreciation? We keep fighting, man. You got it, Doc. It's a lot.
I got one for you. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 7. It says, But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of the Heavenly Father and not of us. And this truth is a treasure, man. You know, this is a gem that we can't even fathom right now until, you know, the time comes. You know, this is something that the Lord chose or saw fit, you know, to impart in our spirits here in these latter days to help us overcome the woes of this world, man. And with that, with this treasure, we're supposed to multiply it, man. You know, this is a treasure that's not supposed to be hid up under a napkin or hoarded. You know, the Lord said to what? Go and multiply the talents. Go and multiply the money that He fronted us, man. And the money that the Lord fronted us is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the faith. And we're supposed to go out and multiply, you know, according to the spirit that the Lord gave us. And like the brother said, man, it's really not time to be a comic board warrior or a cheerleader. Like the elder apostle Tahar says all the time, this ain't a spectator sport. This is a hands-on ordeal, man. This is a hands-on business. The Lord requires all boots on the ground, man. And if you're an able-bodied man in the nation of Israel with a working knowledge of the Bible, it's your duty. It's your duty to serve the Lord, man, and to feed His sheep.
I got one. This is Matthew chapter 5, and I'm going to start at verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid.
Right, and that responsibility has been given to who? The responsibility of being the light in this world of darkness has been given to very few men. Lord will the elect. All right, but the Lord is saw fit to give us that light in this world of darkness. So with that light, we're supposed to let it shine before men, that men may see our good works and glorify the Father that's in heaven, man. That's our duty. That's what we were put on this earth to do. We weren't put on this earth to rap, to play ball, to be entertainers. We weren't put on this earth for that, and you know that. You know we weren't put on this earth to do that, because you didn't. In the world, you felt the sense of, you felt the void. So you know that anything you chase in this world is not meant to be. You weren't created for that purpose. You know that as well as we know that. So what is your purpose?
Right.
This. You remember the feeling you got when you first got privy to the truth? You was like, damn, this makes sense. It's like it all started, all the pieces to your life started to connect, and it all made sense. Why you were here made sense. The answers that you were seeking, it got answered. The questions that you had, it got answered. And you found out what this is your purpose. And upon finding out your purpose, it's a sense of duty that has to come behind that.
This is 2 Ezra 8 and 51. But understand thou for thyself, like it tells in Ezra 14 and 13, set thine house in order, and then reprove thy people. So it says 2 Ezra 8 and 51. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. So when you read in Luke 14, when they say the Lord told His servants, go to the highways and the hedges, to the streets and lanes, and bid to the marriage, the halt, the lame, the maimed, and the blind, right? In Isaiah, real quick, Isaiah 35, just want to read this point. It reads, Isaiah 35 and 3, strengthen ye the weak hands, and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are of fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your power will come with vengeance, even your power to recompense. He will come and save you. Then shall the eyes of the blind be opened, and the ears of the deaf unstopped. Then shall the lame man leap as an harp, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert. Being a he-goat before the flock, man. This is about the sheep, man. Hey, and Apostle Paul always bring that out. What I read in Proverbs 27. Know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds, man. Because these are the ones that, it says, Isaiah 35:3, strengthen ye the weak hands, and confirm the feeble knees. Well, when you read in Galatians, it says, strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm. Let them know, hey, this is the way, man. I was reading a verse earlier. It said, it's one in Isaiah 35, but it's another one. I forgot what was that. It said, a highway. The highway gonna be there too, man. It's somewhere. It's either Isaiah or Jeremiah. I forgot what was that. It might have been Proverbs. I don't know, but I know it's one Isaiah 35. I ain't talking about that one. But it said a highway gonna be there, man. The avenue for the righteous, man. So this is Galatians 6:1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such a one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. So this is confirming, strengthening the weak hands and confirming the feeble knees that, hey, this is it, man. Like the brother said, when you first heard the truth, you knew this was it, man. You knew it.
Hey, as servants, this is our capacity. This is our mission. In the kingdom of heaven, the servants of the Lord, their mission is going to be to enforce the law, statutes, and commandments in the earth. But on this side, in these last seconds of the kingdom of the heathens, the last kingdom of the heathens, this is our service. It's to do the work of the Lord and to feed the sheep. It's to do videos. Some brothers are better at doing videos than others. Nevertheless, that's your journey. That's the mission at hand. And in due time, those fishers are going to turn to hunters. That's why this ain't the time to get weak. We're at that transitionary period. The kingdom is being translated from one people to another. Right now, it starts in mind and spirit, but eventually it's going to translate into physicality.
Right.
Go ahead. If I may say just one thing too, and it's always keep in mind that you may go unseen sometimes, but never unnoticed.
Right.
Never unnoticed. Your works are always seen, whether it be from brothers. You may get 1, 2 views, 0 views.
Yep.
You may go unseen, but your works are not unnoticed, man. Because everything is being recorded in the heavens. Everything.
And you still fighting.
Right.
That's a part of the fight. Knowing that you got 10 views and you still do your videos.
That's you showing your faith.
You got it up. Go ahead.
But that's it, man. Because like the brother said, because it can get discouraging sometimes. You know, you do videos, if you take all this time out to, you know, put precepts together and this and that, and you might only get 1 or 2 views.
Yeah.
You know, it can get discouraging sometimes, but that's why the apostles and certain elders always stress, hey, don't worry about the numbers, man. Don't worry about the views. You know, because hey, at the end of the day, you know, they like the scriptures say, this is what we do. It's considered foolish to these people. You know, but hey, in Isaiah, how about Shema Shai, this is a very honorable work that we're doing. And nevertheless, you're still showing forth your faith.
I got one real quick. Romans 12:3, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as the Most High hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. And your measure of faith may not translate in having a whole bunch of subscribers, but your faith is still your faith. You still fighting a good fight of faith through the Spirit. Because everybody not meant to have 1,000 subscribers and 3,000 subscribers. But are you fighting a good fight of faith? That's why the title of the lesson is to keep fighting. Whatever measure you have is to keep fighting. All of that's going to come on the other side. You got it.
Right. Now I was going to say, when you start doing videos, it takes time to build up, to get to that point, man. To have 1,000 views, even have 500 views, subscribers. They don't subscribe because when brothers thought they left their channels, everybody that's following the truth don't subscribe to your channel. But everybody should subscribe to everybody's channel. And everybody have 2,000 subscribers. But that ain't how the Lord got it set up, man.
Right.
Even though you know brothers in the faith that's brothers in the truth, everybody subscribe to everybody's channel, man.
And if I may add on to that, because even if you get 1,000 views, 90% of them more than likely they're just there for
Entertainment
anyways.
Yep.
And it's a few things you got to consider with that as well. When you have that level of subscribers and views, it comes demons with that. You know,
Right.
certain demons that the Lord may not want you to handle right now. You know, that may be another baptism for another brother.
Yeah, for another time.
To handle those demons and to handle the influx of questions and things like that. They may not be your lot.
Hey, the point is to pray to the Lord to increase your wisdom and understanding that you may be feeding the sheep sound like. So whoever comes across your channel, they get edified, man. And they know how to discern from, oh, that last guy I watched, he ain't even mentioned this. You might go into the same lesson another person and another account went into, and you went into more detail, and that gave that person like, okay, he ain't bringing this out. Just like making a point with GOCC. They read Exodus 3 and 14, but they never read verse 15, man. Verse 15 said, moreover, thus say you say to the children of Israel, the Lord have sent you. This is my name forever. GOCC never read verse 15, man. They stop at verse 14. But when you watch another brother channel, and when you read Exodus 3 and 15, when they say the Lord, this is my name forever, and you read Exodus 15 and 3, when they say the Lord is a man of war, the Lord is his name, it don't say I am is his name. So you can clearly cut that with Exodus 15 and 3 behind reading Exodus 3 and 3 and 15. But GOCC don't do that. So if a person watch their video, then come watch a video and a brother go into more detail, like, okay, I see it. Just an example, man.
And that's a form of fighting.
Right.
That's the form of fighting, because when you deal with a war, everybody can't be the general, everybody can't be the captain, everybody can't be the sniper, everybody can't be the machine gunner. But everybody got a measure. And the Lord points that out through the spirit of Paul in those letters. When you read Romans 12, it goes into certain things that there's many members, but it's still one body. So whatever capacity, whatever measure you have, you keep fighting according to that measure.
I got a precept for you back up what you just said. And also speaking of what the brother said, you know, I lost it. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain. You know, you have to learn how to be content with your lot. You know, content with the measure that the Lord gave you and max it out.
Right.
You know, max out the spirit that the Lord gave you. You know, if you're good in the history, get into it. You know, brothers need that. I remember what I was going to say. You know, like the brother said, the Wadi Habashim Shai, you learn more in 30 seconds with one brother's video than you do with 10 videos in these other camps. You get the name itself within the first 2 seconds of a brother's video.
That's the highest information.
That's the highest information right then and there. And then whatever brothers go into past that is even more information. So you get way more information from one brother's video than you do in 10 videos with these other camps, man. And that's what that spirit of the he-goat, man, being diligent to the state of the flock. You know, but this is our 1 Timothy 6 and 6 again. It says, "But godliness with contentment is great gain." You know, and once you learn how to be content with your lot and max out the spirit that the Lord gave you, that's when you start to bring your fullness to the body. Because every brother's not adept in the history. But you bringing it, it's like, okay, yeah, you refresh brothers' memory. Some brothers need that refresher in exhortation. Some brothers need that refresher in prophecy. If you good at it, man, max it out.
Yeah.
Because brothers need it. It's needed. This is a body. You know, like the brother said, everybody can't be the sniper. Everybody can't be the eye. You know, if we were all the eye, where were the foot? You know, where were the hands? You know, who's going to go into the history? If who's going to go into the prophecy? All things are not contained in one man. In one man, one brother can't be the grand poobah.
Right.
So the Lord split it up like this. He gave some brothers, hey, that brother is deep in the Hebrew. And he teaching brothers, man, how to form sentences. He teaching brothers how to get into the prayers. You got another brother that's proficient in prophecy. He going through the scriptures, showing you how to link it up, showing you how things are linking up in the news articles today. You got another brother that's proficient. He just able to break things down similar form. Just you understand it. Just it's like baby food. You know, okay, I understand this. You know, you have brothers in different lots, and it all works together to form the body that we're a part of today.
Yeah. Hey, and this is about quality, not quantity, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
This is Proverbs 16 and 11. In the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as a cloud of the latter rain. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather than to be chosen than silver? The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserve his soul. So it's a highway, man. And real quick, in Isaiah
11.
That's Proverbs 16. In Isaiah 35, just want to make the point about this highway, man. And it crazy as it sounds, Lil Wayne said it, man. How we riding up, or we walking on Highway to Heaven Boulevard, man. This is Isaiah 35 and verse 8. And an highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those the wayfaring men. Thy fools shall not err therein. No lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up upon thereon. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there. And the ransom of Yahweh shall return and come to Zion with songs, with everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. So the Lord has given us an avenue to return back, man. That's why I tell you, 2 Ezra 7, right, the path is so narrow that only one man can enter there at once. Which I always say that's men going back to the kingdom of heaven in a single file line, in order and decency, man. But you supposed to be, hey, I was looking at this guy, his page is Cry Now, Laugh Later, right? He was on Elder Yashua channel on the live lesson Saturday. You know, I kind of got a little bit rebuked because I be going hard on Jake on the comment board that don't got nothing on their channel. Well, I was like, okay, the guy, I looked at you, okay, you've been on YouTube since 2021. You don't got no words though. But you love the Lord, right? Obviously you claim that, you know, hey, love is an action word, man.
Right.
And I kind of fell back because, you know, the elders, the elder Ariella and the elder lawyer was like, hey, everybody ain't gonna be a prophet. Everybody ain't gonna be no prophet. I understand that. None of the multitude ain't gonna be prophets. The prophet is for the 144,000. But where your love, you ain't showing to me personally, where your love at for the Lord, man. You posting precepts, but when I went to your channel, Cry Now, Laugh Later, you don't got nothing on your channel, man. You ain't even reposting videos of apostles and elders. You can at least do that. If we don't know, we don't know what our lot is. All we know, we got the high calling and we here. But if you post the precepts and there's nothing on your channel, why not repost videos of the apostles' videos, elder bishops, young brother videos? Why not do that if you ain't doing nothing? But you want everybody coming for posting precepts. But it is what it is, man. We supposed to be, now if you a man and you claim to be, you a man of the Lord, hey, that fire will get up under your ass, man. And if your life ain't to be a prophet, you gotta see. You supposed the Lord gave you the spirit, right? You understand what's going on. You supposed the precepts, so you understand what the lesson is going about. You know what I'm saying? You know what the lesson is about, so you post some precepts pertaining to what brothers be going into at the time. If you got that much understanding, then you supposed to be putting on this armor too.
You got a working knowledge of the Bible.
Right.
That's like, once again, if you're an able-bodied man, like if you don't got no disability, you ain't in a wheelchair, you ain't afflicted in no type of way, what's your excuse? Like the brother's going, what is your excuse?
And you supposed to be trying to see, okay, the Lord making me a prophet, or as I'm being one of the multitude. But
You gotta try the spirit.
You gotta try the spirit. Yeah, okay.
So Matthew 5:15. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Right? And your works can't shine before men behind the screen. Your works can't shine before men if you're not putting forth the effort to do what the Lord commanded us to do. You know, this manner of life that the Lord has commanded us to live is a light. You know, the way that the Lord has commanded us to order ourselves in righteousness, to rehearse the righteous acts to the best of our ability, to study to show ourselves approved, to make our bodies a living sacrifice, to go out in the highways and byways to preach this word, to herald in the Lord's second coming. All of this is a light. That's a light. And to the Lord's elect, they're going to be drawn to that light when they see it.
Right.
Like, it's even on our day-to-day personal walks. The reason why you get looks and people staring at you is because they see the light.
They see something different.
They see something they know it's something different. And then when you get in the highways and byways, it's like, damn, this for the brothers who, you know, go out in the highways and byways, when you have people that come up in sincerity, it's like they seen something. They're like, damn, what y'all talking about? Like, what's
Right.
going on?
Right.
You know, I heard that. That makes sense.
Right.
Or you have somebody that passed by and the Lord have them turn right back around like, I wanted to keep walking, but this makes too much sense.
Yeah.
But it's a light that the Lord has given us through the Spirit, and we gotta let it shine. Because this is what we were born to do.
Make no mistake about it. These people, they do see it. Because on the likewise, it's like when you come around a 2/3 wicked, tatted up, dreadheaded, you just notice this nigga ain't up to no good. It's vice versa. They can see the light when it comes to the elect, man. They can see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is Revelation 2:4. It reads, I know thy works. It's like it. It say, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. But this is our first love. And it said the same thing about women, man. In Timothy, it said, this is your first faith. Dealing with the men, it say, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. Because we had to fall away. Remember, therefore, from whence thou art fallen, Genesis 6, and repent and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent.
And tying it into the title of tonight's lesson, the reason why brothers are going in so fervently on putting forth your hand to the plow is because this is the last hurrah. This is it.
This is it, man.
This is it. And if you don't have nothing stored up in your spiritual bank account, by the time the Lord sanctions judgment to go forth in the earth, it's over with. So it's important for you to understand what you're a part of now and to do the work now, because in the time to come, it's going to be up to what you've been doing in this time of liberty, man.
Right.
And if you ain't been doing nothing with it, you've been playing around, you've been eating Cheerios in your drawers, just watching videos for entertainment, it's going to show.
Yeah, man.
And like as brothers are fervent about this, because brothers actually, we want the flock to do good.
Right.
Like we want to see the Lord's people. We want to see the Lord's people prosper, man. Especially those who have been made privy to this truth. We understand how much of a blessing this is, man. Like this truth is like you can't put a price on this.
Can't.
And so in seeing that brothers go fervently, when the brother go fervent, when he see brothers on the comment board, that's been on there for years and ain't do nothing, because you understand what comes behind that. You understand how the Lord feels by that, man. And this is the last hurrah. This is the last go around. And the way prophecy is moving, we almost out of here. We're gonna be out of here soon, Lord willing.
I got one real quick. This from Kazak Ban Yahawada is Ephesians 4:11. And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of Yahweh Shemashah, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach. And that's why every brother has been given a certain gift, because ultimately to perfect the saints, Lord, will we be a part of that number? And that's why ultimately through the Spirit we have to continue to fight that good fight of faith. Because your section of fighting the good fight of faith produces certain videos that feed the flock.
Right.
And if I may say, because like the brother was saying about how when you see other brothers so fervent about Jake on the comment board, posting precepts, but they ain't got no works. Well, just be speaking as a man in the way that I look at it. Hey, you could be one of those vessels that the Lord could use to, because ultimately this thing's about the sealing of the elect, and you could be one of those men to seal the last of the elect.
Right.
With that being said, hey, again, once the elect is sealed, hey, the sooner we can get out of here, man.
Right. And that's why Yahweh Shai said, hey, get rid of Matthew 9:37.
So Matthew chapter 9 and verse 37, it reads, Then said he unto his disciples, The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest.
So we praying for the Lord to send forth more laborers. And you got brothers on the comment board with no works on their channel, but they posting precepts. Hey, you might be one of those laborers that we've been looking for, man. Like the brother just said, to help. Because we just messengers, hey, to shine light on the reactivated, man.
The brothers be posting 5 precepts too.
Yeah, bro, be posting fire precepts don't have nothing on their channel, man. So that means you've been doing a lot of reading. You've been cause hey, you can post precepts, and there's some precepts you might not get from brothers, or you might not get from the apostles, because you got that one precept and you start reading and you found some on your own that was so fire, it made you build a whole lesson behind that one precept, man. Cause I do it all the time, man. I build a lesson on one precept, and I find a precept that pertain to that precept. That's the Spirit of the Lord, man. You got it.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 20 in the NLT. It says, In a wealthy home, some utensils are made of gold and silver, and some are made of wood and clay.
2 Timothy
2 and 20 in the NLT.
Yeah.
The expensive utensils are used for special occasions, and the cheap ones are for everyday use. If you keep yourself pure, you will be a special utensil for honorable use. Your life will be clean, and you will be ready for the master to use you for every good work.
Right, and that last verse, it said meats for the master's use, man.
Hey, we want to be conduits of power, man.
Right.
We want to be capable vessels of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's our purpose. That's why the Lord created us. To be an image of Him. And we want to convey that. We want to be the best images of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua as possible.
Yeah, and we understand, again, like the two elders told me, man, everybody ain't gonna, elder lawyer told me, everybody ain't gonna be prophets, man. And I understand that. But if you're in the come board posting precept, then hey, the Lord probably got you ready to be a messenger, man. But anyway, this is Baruch 4:28. It reads, For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh Shai, so be in return, seek him 10 times more. So this is going hard for the Lord, man. You was doing it in the world, chasing box. And Jacob drive miles to go get some box, man. Miles away, man. Jacob drive to a whole other county, man, to go get some box.
In the snow.
Right. Jacob get on the city bus to go get some box, man.
Jacob walk.
Yeah, Jacob walk. What about the Lord, man? But as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh Shai, so be in return, seek him 10 times more. And I had this in Philippians chapter 1, verse 5, it reads, because the apostles were saying all the time, man, they were saying they kept Saturday. You're supposed to be growing, man. You're supposed to be growing. So just posting precepts with nothing on your channel, you ain't growing. I don't care who you is, man. You ain't growing, man. You just hanging around, being entertained, man. Posting a few precepts. Hey, you just hanging around, man. You ain't growing, man.
Some chicks think that's good enough.
Right. And it's not, man.
And that's a safe place.
It's not good enough, man.
It's not a growth place, but it's a safe place. It's
Right.
comfortable where you can just sit. But iron sharpeneth iron.
Right.
So you got to be amongst the spiritual army of the Lord. You got to be amongst the building of the temple and physical to really bring out your gift.
Right. Yep.
Because how do you know what your gift is if all you do is post precepts?
Right. Exactly. And you mentioned about being safe. This is Job 7. Hey, the Lord don't want us to be safe, man. This is Job 7:13. It reads, "When I say, my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint. Then thou scarest me with dreams and terrifies me through visions, so that my soul chooses strangling and death rather than my life." You see the prophecy happen, like, man, the Lord can't be too far away, man. You see all these different the train derailments and the earthquake that happened in Turkey. What is it, 50,000 plus people dead?
Riots.
All these shootings going on right here in Babylon the Great. Do you not know you possibly can be one of them playing with the Lord, man? Because you got to leave your house. And you, hey, unless you got millions of dollars or you working from YouTube or you got a YouTube platform, you got to leave your house and go to the plantation, man. You got to leave your house, go get some groceries, right? Gas. Hey, and the Lord can have what they call so-called stray bullet, can be out there flying around waiting on you, man. Or a horrible car accident.
If I may say, because Yahushua, he's coming with a chip on his shoulder, man.
Exactly.
And you don't want to be a part of that reason why the Lord showed up with that chip on his shoulder, man.
And you either part of the solution or you part of the problem.
We got two. This is John chapter 9 and verse 4. "I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day.
Right.
The night cometh when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world." I got this here in Mark chapter 13 and verse 35. "Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh,
Right.
at even or at midnight, or at the cock crowing in the morning. Lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch." And it's our duty, to be as that light in the world. The scriptures tell us to take on the like-minded Yahushua. And that was Yahushua speaking in John the 9th chapter. He said he came to do the works of him that sent him. All right, let me read it again, Papa Michelle.
What we doing?
This is John 9 and 4. "I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day." And right now it's day. The shit is seemingly sweet, but it's not. But we still able to go to the grocery store, still able to pay for things in cash, still able to,
Right.
walk around freely. We're not in no quarantine zones. Yeah, things are still intact, man.
Because that day represents, as it tell you in Ecclesiastes 12:1, seek the Lord while the evil days come not. We ain't in that evil time yet, man. That's what that day represents. We still good right now. When night comes, which is gonna be Jacob's trouble, you got it.
And that's what they say on Game of Thrones. The night is coming.
Right.
The night is coming.
Winter's coming.
Yeah,
Right.
winter's coming. It says the night cometh when no man can work, and that day is approaching us, man. All right, the night is coming when no man can work. The Lord's gonna shut off the internet. He's gonna shut off the highways and byways. It's gonna be up to what you've been doing in your time of living, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, and the faith that you've been building in this time of living. And like the brother said, it's important for us to get that hands-on experience, because what does Scripture say? Experience worketh hope.
Yeah.
Teacheth hope.
Right.
So as you experience things on the highways and byways, as you experience things when you're around brothers, the more hope you build. Because the more things you experience, like the Lord delivering you each and every time, you learn that it's always going to be a door that's open. You just have to wait for it.
Right.
It's always, the Lord always going to uplift the standard for you. You just have to wait on it. But you learn that through experience. You don't learn that through just sitting back. It's like you don't learn that through spectating. Just like you don't learn to play basketball through spectating. You got to actually go out there and do it. Because what you think you'll do while you're watching it,
Right.
like when you're watching boxing, man, I would have hit him with the.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound good.
Yeah.
But when you get in the ring, it's all like, you like, damn, I'm actually getting hit. Like, what am I going to do?
And you don't got no win. You can't even last 1 minute.
It's totally different.
Hey, which goes back to us. Listen, man. The Apostle Paul, years and years and years ago, there's a video. You used to always surface. I used to always, like every other 6-7 months, I used to always see this video. If you've been in the truth, you've been learning longer than 6 months, go find an account or go out and start one. So if you sit on the comment boards, just post some precepts with none on your channel, hey, that message has always been in my ear, man. If you've been learning longer than 6 months, you should be out there teaching or go find a camp. Because you ain't gonna get the spirit. Listen, what you see on camera and what we do off camera is two different things, man. You'll never see or hear what happens off camera, least you part of the body, man.
And what you learn off camera feeds what you put on camera.
Right. Right.
A lot of the fellowships that you don't see is what fuel what you see.
Right.
And that's why the harvest is plenty, but the labors are few. Because behind the scenes, that's when your iron really gets sharpened.
Yep.
There are a lot of things that are not put on camera for a very important reason. Because it's only meant for those laborers. That's the business of laborers. If you're not a laborer, you wouldn't understand.
Right. And if I may,
You got it. Go ahead, you got it.
I was gonna say, cause like you said, you know, it's like the apostles, like every so often, like you said, every 6, 7, 8, 9 months, they'll do lessons on the same topics that they did 6, 7, 8, 9 months ago, because hey, the Spirit's speaking to someone.
Yeah, all the time.
The Spirit's talking to
All the
someone.
time. Yeah. It's personal. The Lord said He's gonna judge you to your face, or He's gonna crown you to your face. So this is always personal, man. It's always personal, and the Lord's making it personal so you can get around the body, man.
Hey, because like brothers say all the time, ain't nothing a coincidence.
Right.
It's a reason why you seeing the same video 2, 3 times. It's the reason why you hearing brothers say the same thing two, 3 times.
Yeah.
It's like it says in Job, the Lord speaking to man once,
yet twice, yet man perceive it not.
I got one. It's Hebrews 3:12. Take heed, brethren, lest there be any of you an evil heart of unbelief, and departing from the living power. Here's the point. But exhort one another daily, while it is yet called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin.
Man, I ain't brought that out in a minute, man. It's been out so much. You got it.
hey, now you got it.
No, I'm gonna say
He say exhort one another daily.
daily, man.
Hey man, we exhort you to what? Experience the gift that the Lord has given you.
Right.
Experience it. Put it to use. We exhort you to do that, because as you do it, the more faith and the more hope you're gonna gain in our power. The more you're gonna realize, man, the Lord is with you, man. And the Lord, what we read on a daily basis is real. And it's coming to pass, and the Lord is around the corner. Lord willing, all right, we're gonna be out of here soon, man.
And the Lord judgment plays out through the words first.
Yep.
You have to go out over and over and over and over. So the Lord, because Yahushua said in John 15:22, if He had not come, we had not had sin. But now we have no cloak for our sin. So ain't nobody gonna be able to say they didn't hear it, man. If you hear in America, Babylon the Great, because there's some parts of the world where there is no internet. If you hear North America, Babylon the Great, not one of you gonna say, I didn't know it. I ain't hear it. You would not have that room to say that, man.
Well, what's Jake saying now? Y'all talking about the same thing
Over and over.
Whatever. You condemn yourself.
Yeah. Right. This is our Philippians 1:5 reads, for your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now, being confident of this very thing, that He which hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Yahushua Mashiach.
I want to back you up. It says, cast not therefore away your confidence.
Yep.
It says Hebrews 10 and verse 35. It says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Heavenly Father, ye might receive the promise.
Right.
For yet a little while, and He that shall come will come,
and
will not tarry.
Right, man. And we watch the Lord not tarrying by the prophecy playing out. The Lord said He will begin to visit the world which He made. How? Through the prophecies, man. The Lord set up His men. This, you should know, okay, they saying the same things over and over. Gotta be something to that. It's the same things over and over. Okay, in a different lesson. Same, different articles, same precepts, man. This is the Lord giving you repetition, man, over and over and over.
This is because Noah's message was repetitious.
Right.
The flood was coming.
Right, that was the same over and over.
It wasn't nothing different. It was the same message until it happened.
Until it happened, man. This is Philippians 2 and 12 it reads, Philippians 2 and 13, for it is power which worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings. And this is what happens in the body, man. In the body, you get to see the counsel is pushed out, man.
Yeah.
The so-called white man's wicked philosophies, the way he got Jake thinking today, it get pushed out, so there's no more murmurings and disputings. Hey, cause if you either dealing with the Lord or you ain't, you either gonna deal with a brother and according to the Lord, or you gonna be some backbiting nigga, man. Then the Lord eventually gonna take that spirit from you, man. Cause you playing, you showing like this love, but you really hateful in the spirit, man. And the Lord gonna remove that, man. Cause hey, I probably fool this brother for a period of time, but you can't fool the Lord. So yeah, shalom, brother. Love y'all brothers, man. A hobble thumb. But then you a demon. Hey man, I hate them niggas. Soon you get in your car, I don't like none of them niggas, man. The Lord knows. You can probably fool us with that shit. It say, do all things without murmurings and disputings. And this is what the Lord is moving out. What it say, these impurities, man. The dross. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless. Revelation 14. Hey, read that real quick. Revelation 14 and 4. The Lord is making whomever his men is, and we say it all the time, Yahweh is not going to put any men around Yahushua, man. You got it.
So Revelation 14 and verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women,
Right.
for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Heavenly Father and to the Lamb.
Right.
And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Heavenly Father.
And what?
And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth,
You see, to them that dwell on the earth. Go ahead.
and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people.
And that kindred talking about the sons of the patriarch Jacob, man. That word kindred, you got it.
Saying with a loud voice, fear the Heavenly Father, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven, and earth and the sea, and the fountains of waters.
And the only ones going to do this is those that's blameless and have no guile, man. That was the point. So Philippians 2 and 15, that ye may be blameless. It said 14, it said, do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of power, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world.
I have one. I think Kazak Bunny, how would I posted it earlier as well? But in 1 Timothy 4 and 16, because it makes me think about, the scriptures talk about, we ought to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, but on the same note, because, it ain't just about us. Well, I'll say the elect, because to the elect, whether they know it or not, hey, you got people depending on you, man.
Right.
You know?
But when you do that, when you work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, that's what you bring into the body, man. So now you got a lot of brothers in the body that's working out through the week. That's your weekly walk. When you get to the body, here come the experience. Man, I was dealing with this week, and the Lord showed me this. The Lord said, be still and know that I am power, man. Each and every brother, personal walk adds to the body, man. You got it.
Let's go, because the Lord will be putting you through some hell just for you to get edifying lesson up to feed the next brother.
Yeah.
But in 1 Timothy 4 and 16, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt save both. For in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
And them that hear thee, man. So it says 2 Ezra 14 and 13, set thine house in order, your spirit, and then reprove thy people, man. Because this is about the flock, man. The Lord gave you the high calling. You're supposed to be studying to show. You're supposed to be studying to show yourself approved that you can feed the flock, man. This is about the flock. The Lord gave you the calling. You got it, bro.
This is Galatians chapter 6 and verse 1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness.
That's the spirit I just read there earlier.
Considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted.
Right.
Because when you are on this journey, you have to consider yourself. And a part of what the Lord put you through is for you to feed brothers that are coming in that newly found faith. And you have to edify them based on your experience. You may not think your experience is a lot, but for a brother just coming into the truth, your experience and your understanding is enough for them to get to that next level. And that's why there's a diversity of gifts. And in the spirit of the lesson is keep fighting, because your gift is how you fight. Whether it's exhortation, history, prophecy, precepts, whatever the case is, that's how you fight. And no matter what's going on in your personal life, at the end of the day, this greater war is your first objective and purpose.
Right. This is 2 Ezra 2:20. It's the same thing it said in Isaiah 35:3 about strengthening the weak hand and confirming feeble knees, which the brother just read in Galatians 6:1. Also in Luke 14:16, the Lord say, bring in hither the halt, the lame, the maimed, and the blind. This 2 Ezra 2:20. Do right to the widow, judge for the fatherless, give to the poor, defend the orphan, clothe the naked. The Lord said in Revelation 16:15, hey, take thy garments, thy beautiful garments, lest you be found walking naked, man. It said the Lord shall return to the thief in the night. Hey, blessed are they that keep their garments, lest they be found naked. Meaning what? Without the truth. That's why I said in Revelation 14 that they mind, they were virgins. Meaning the Lord has reversed us back to that pure mind, man. It say, do right to the widow, judge for the fatherless, give to the poor, defend the orphan, clothe the naked, heal the broken and the weak. Laugh not a lame man to scorn, defend the maimed, and let the blind man come into the sight of his clearness. Keep the old and young within thy walls, right? Well, hey, because the Lord says it's going to be a little sanctuary in Ezekiel 11:16 to the elect, man, a little sanctuary. And the sanctuary got walls on it, man. It said, keep the old and the young within thy walls, which is this truth, right? This fountain of living waters, our own cistern. It say, whatsoever thou findest the dead, take them and bury them. The Lord gave you this, the Lord put your flesh on you, right? The Lord gave you the wisdom, right? Caused us to come up out of our graves and told us the truth, right? Whatsoever thou findest the dead, take them and bury them, and I will give thee the first place in my resurrection. You see what is that? That's that, hey, getting beat up into a chariot, man. Yeah.
I was just thinking, that's cool, man, because a lot of these so-called leaders in Israel, they're doing the exact opposite. They're feeding off the widows,
Right.
taking advantage of them, telling me
That's what it's in
trouble.
Jeremiah 5, right?
Man, it's
Right. Matter of fact,
despicable, man.
this is Jeremiah 5. Might as well read it. Jeremiah 5 and 26 it reads, for among my people I found wicked men, they lay wait, as he that setteth snares, they set a trap, they catch men. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxing rich. They are waxing fat, they shine, yet they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge.
Yeah, because they sowing doubt. Talking about the name of the Lord is not important. When that's, man.
Right. Look at this. Here's another. This is Zechariah
Hey, if I may say this,
chapter 8. You got it.
and they laying the skin off of our people.
Exactly.
They're doing the exact opposite of being a he-goat to our people.
Right.
You know, they're being a wolf in sheep's clothing. You know, they're not paying attention to the state of their flock. Instead, they're leading the flock to the slaughter. And it's a great recompense that's gonna come for that, man, because the Lord is highly against that.
Right.
Why do you think the Lord constantly reiterates about these false pastors, these false preachers? Because that's an offense to the Lord, man. For you to be, because our people as a whole are sheep. They're widows, they're fatherless.
Right.
They halt, they maim, they blind. They distraught people.
Yeah.
So for you to take that and to capitalize off of their ailments, it's wicked as hell.
Yeah, man. This is Zechariah 7 and 8. And the word of Yahweh came again unto Zechariah, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, saying, Execute true judgment, and show mercy and compassions every man to his brother, and oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless.
What's the ultimate mercy and compassion that we can show in this day and age? By preaching the word.
Right.
It's not, we could go out and soup kitchens and give money. That ain't gonna help the plight. That's
It ain't gonna help them, man.
It's not gonna help our people.
It ain't gonna prepare for Jacob's trouble, man.
The ultimate form of mercy that we can show to our people, the best help that we can give is by feeding them with these words of knowledge.
Let them know let them know the will of the Lord, which is to destroy America, man. It said, Oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, the stranger, nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against his brother in your heart. Here's the point. But they refused to hearken, and pulled away the shoulder, and stopped their ears, that they should not hear. So they're saying, man, we want to hear that. We're gonna slaughter Jake. I'm finna keep taking Jake money. Jake Lane, I'm gonna keep getting it. If he keep giving it to me, I'm gonna keep taking it. But they stopped their ears to saying, man, I don't want to hear nothing about, hey, let our people know the truth.
Jacob's troubles again.
Right. That's what they saying. They stopped their ears because they like, nah, bro, I don't want to hear nothing the Lord got to say about telling our people what's real.
And right now on the forefront, what's scary is that we on the last hoorah, and you don't have men warning you about that.
Right.
You got men talking about partying and on the Passover. It's time to get married and marry wives, and they're not warning you about what the Lord has coming. They're not warning you about the reality that all of us are getting ready to face here. And that's why it's important for us to exhort one another daily, because like it says in Acts the 14th chapter, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
Right.
That through much tribulation we shall enter into the kingdom of the Heavenly Father. We're going to have to go through Jacob's trouble. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble, because we're going to be in the midst of it. So it's important that we gain this exhortation, this knowledge, this experience now, so that in the time to come we'll be able to utilize it.
And like I said, because a lot of these camps, man, these guys, they're sowing doubt. And this being the fact that we're coming into the worst time in history, this is the wrong time to be having any ounce of doubt, man. This time that we're coming into, man, it's scary.
And the apostle going into this Saturday. I was watching the video today, man. It's a word. They was going into how, let me read this real quick. Jeremiah 3:15. Because the Lord gave us spiritual fathers. He gave us pastors that's going on. In the midst of all these lies, there's going to be somebody that's teaching the truth.
Going to the fire.
It said, and I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Now the apostle was mentioning there's a word, it's called ash something. That most gonna follow those that not telling, those that are saying a person gonna follow, because what they said was, so you got men that's saying the mark of the beast is the micro C hill, but everybody else is saying something different. So the world's gonna follow, everybody else saying that, but you got this one group that's saying this. I forgot it's called the word. I know the first word started with ash something. I was watching it, but they were saying how most people the word goes into people following the many and not the few. I forgot the word, but that's what Jake doing, man. They're following what's mostly being said, and not GMS. Okay, you got GMS, just like you got Elder Nazab always mentioned. You got GOCC, right? Where is the Yah Israelite prophets on the streets at? Where is the Ahia and Yeshaya prophets in the world? Where they at? Where they at? They ain't nowhere, man. But yet still, the most is following these type of people, man.
They following the multitude to do evil.
Right.
Was it a tomb or accommodate?
No, it was something, something, man. The word they was looking up. I forgot it.
Real quick, this is Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Right.
Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Which is not teaching them the truth, man. You got it.
In the NLT, it says, you must not follow the crowd in doing wrong. When you are called to testify in a dispute, do not be swayed by the crowd to twist justice.
And that's what the apostles going into, man. The crowd, Moses following the crowd, man. And it's okay because the Lord set him up to do that, man. In Jeremiah 14, start at verse 13, down to 16, to tell you that these prophets that say ain't gonna be no famine and pestilence, those same prophets gonna die by famine and pestilence. And those that seek to that prophet. So the Lord got you going that way, man, because there's a balance of the Lord, the right hand and the left hand. It is supposed to be this way. Well, we here to tell them, listen, man, they lying to you, man. They lying to you. But the same number, that same 66.6 that's supposed to follow the crowd, that's their lot, man. And that 33.3% is going to come on the apostles of Great Millstone, man.
I got a precept.
You got it.
Because this is why the majority of the world is following, this is why you shouldn't follow the majority of the world. This is John 3 and verse 19. And this is the condemnation, that light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hath hated the light, neither come into the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. So the majority of this earth, they're engrossed in darkness. So that's what they're going to follow after. So if you follow the crowd, that's what you're following after. The elder apostle Gabar brought it out a while ago. He said the hardest paths often lead to the most beautiful sceneries or the most beautiful routes, something along that line. And that's true. You know, things that are worthwhile, things that are valuable, either they take time or they come through much toiling, man. You know, and likewise it's true. Likewise the kingdom, it's gonna come through the hard way. It's gonna come through the straight gate. You know. And it's not going to come through entering in through that wide path, man, because many go there, they're and they're destroyed.
So this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 15. Therefore, brethren, stand fast and hold the traditions which ye have been taught, whether by word or our epistle. Because ultimately it's about holding that good fight of faith, continuing to fight the good fight of faith. That's what it's about through the Spirit and power of Yahweh. It's not about all of these detours that these jakes are taking. It's about keeping the main thing through the Spirit. And that's how you fight. Whatever measure that you have through the Spirit, that's how you're supposed to fight. And you're supposed to keep fighting knowing that this is the last lifetime we got to go through this, man.
Right. I got it up.
Yep.
You got it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read it.
This is us. I'm gonna get on the etymology online.
Yeah, we read what the Wikipedia say about it. It's an experiment. Oh, just like Norman Tobias, right?
Yep. That's what I thought about.
Yeah. It's like Norman Tobias, but it's another word. You got it up.
So this is us. From the Wikipedia. It says, in psychology, the OS conformity experiments, or the OS paradigm, were a series of studies directed by Solomon.
It said if and how individuals yield to or defile a majority group and the effect of such influences on beliefs and opinions. See?
Yeah. It says studying if and how individuals yielded to or defied a majority group. And yeah. Let me see if I get some more on that.
I got one. So this is simplypsychology.org.
Yeah.
Says Osh conformity line experiment.
Yeah.
Says Solomon Osh experimented with investigating the extent to which social pressure from a majority group could affect a person to conform.
And look how the social pressure of the apostle telling Jake the MOTB to see here, and the Lord like, nah, you got it. That was it.
He believed the main problem with Sher's conformity experiment was that there was no correct answer to the ambiguous autokinetic experience. How could we be sure that a person conformed when there was no correct answer? Asch devised what is now regarded as a classical experiment in social psychology, whereby there was an obvious answer to a line judgment task. If the participant gave an incorrect answer, it would be clear that this was due to group pressure. So they folded, because of, and that's why the Lord told us, look at the law. The law was like, don't follow a multitude to do evil. Don't conform to that pressure.
Man, that's that weak shit.
Yeah, that's it, man. That Proverbs 3:31, the Lord said, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways, man. And 2/3 of our people, hey, and in Psalm 10:10, it say he croucheth and humble himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. So who set these guys up? The so-called white man. That the poor may fall by his strong ones, man. So they got and the Lord said in 2 Thessalonians 2, right? He will give them strong delusions that they should believe a lie, man. Hey, so it is what it is.
And a part of fighting that good fight of faith is fighting against those deceptions.
Right.
That's why your measure is important. If you have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, it's not to be held under a bushel or just reserved to the comment board. It's supposed to be brought forth because you never know who might see your video,
Right.
and what might happen as a result of them seeing that video. They may wake up.
Or you standing out there in the highways and hedges, man, and somebody walking by in your city that need to see you personally. Cause they got the brother, one of the brothers that fellowship with us, come out every week. He was teaching, and a guy from ICGJC came by, the Northern Kingdom brother, and saw him. He would ask him about the Sabbath because he didn't know about the Sabbath. He would ask him certain things, man. And the guy told him on the video, he said, man, bro, I'm glad I saw you out here. Because the brother was telling him certain things, man. Because he was like, when that whole thing flopped with this guy, what's his name, Tasa, I ain't even going to call him that. What the name is? Tazadakia. Hey, Jake said he was lost, man. He said he went back into the world. But then he came across the brother standing out there, man. Okay, the pillar that the Lord set up, man. You never know, man. It's somebody, listen, the Lord don't got you out there for nothing, man. It's somebody in that city gonna come across you one day that need to see you, man. They need to see you out there. But anyway,
I got one.
you got it.
1 Corinthians 12, we'll start at 1, I'm going to jump down. 1 Corinthians 12:1, now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I will not have you ignorant. Jumping down to verse 4. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh all in all.
Right.
But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal.
And you see brothers, if you see the brothers in GMS, you see the brothers in Men of Valor, and you see brothers that's following the Apostles' Great Millstone, that's following GMS, that's following Men of Valor. They on the same accord, man. They on the one spirit. It's not the one spirit, man. So you either doing this, or the Lord gave you this, or you eat from Satan's table, man. That's it. This is go ahead.
Well, just to land back the point that I was making earlier about how, listen, everyone's not going to be on the level of the apostles and the bishops.
Right.
Just bring your gift to the table.
That's
Figure out
it.
where you fit in the body. Just bring a measure of the Spirit, man. Just bring your gift to the table, man. That's it.
So we need more laborers, man.
Because more than likely, for you to have this truth in these last days is rare.
Right.
And it's not for naught. It's not for you to be on the sidelines, not doing nothing with it. Jake don't really think about the bigger picture. You got a whole lifetime to think about this lifetime. How you performed in the fourth quarter. You got a whole eternity to think about that. How would you run that race knowing that? Because you got to look back on this lifetime and understand that. If you have this truth, that means the Lord wants you to do something with it. to keep fighting, not to just maintain, but to abound.
Right.
Because maybe the Lord put you on the level to do precepts when you thought you couldn't do precepts on a comic book. That's possible. But what do you think the Lord expects from you now? To stay there or to abound in it, man?
Right.
Because we at the end of it. And the last thing you want to be in Jacob's trouble is have to live and suffer with regret. Teach while it is yet called day. The last thing you want to do is, I should have taught. That's a dangerous place to be in when death is at your door and you hearing people get put to death in the apartment next to you.
Hey, the hope for elect is evolving, man. The Lord said He's gonna give these men in Philippians 3. He said we should have bodies like His, man. And it said in Ephesians 4 that until you reach that full measure of your stature, the fullness of your House. So these men is going to, these elect men is going to evolve into these angelic bodies, man. Real quick, this is Zechariah 8 and verse 14. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, as I thought to punish you when your fathers provoked me to wrath, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I repented not. So again have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah, fear ye not. These are the things that ye should do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor, execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates, and let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor, and love no false oath, and love no false oath. For all these are the things that I hate, saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's it, man.
You got one?
No. You can get your clothes if you want.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10.
And so whatever measure you have through the Spirit, man, it's time to come to that realization. It's time to be real with yourself. Put it to the forefront and fight. Because there's going to come a time where you ain't going to have your watch later playlist. That's a reality. It may not seem like it right now, but there's going to come a time when you're going to hit YouTube and nothing's going to show up.
Right.
And all of that, I'm going to go out next week, week after that, it's going to come to an end. Because we're going from faith to faith. This is the faith that requires you to be here right now and do this. But the servants of the Lord are going to be required to do something different moving forward. We're going to glory, Lord willing. So knowing that, you want to fight now while it is yet called day, as the scriptures say, man. You got it, Doc.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast as thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
And so with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasharallah, and the sincere salutation to all Yuakim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity.
Shalom. Waf tuning in. May Yahweh Shemo shall continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up. Hey, the water for all your precepts. Shalom.
Water. Keep fighting. Last hurrah.